Boom. We're live, sir.
Podcast of the Roundtable you can catch on the Civilized Creatures page tomorrow night, Tuesday night, January 14th. Be sure you're there. But that is not why we are here, sir. This
No.
is Throwing Smoke. He is Uncle Randy. I'm Joe B. We're ready to get this shit cracking. UFC 246, the return of Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I got some thoughts on this. I've thought long and hard on it. We've had a good layoff. Uncle Randy's pissed off. I smell fuckery all over it, and I need to make sure the world knows it.
Definitely. I agree. How ridiculous. I don't even know where to begin with that. You guys in that chat talking about the fuckery has definitely put me on notice. Now I'm like, fuck, he fucking serious. And now I'm like looking at shit differently. He definitely got into my brain, but at the same time, it almost pisses me off more of where I am as far as my fandom of the Notorious.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Okay, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's starting to piss me off because I really don't. My gut tells me Cowboy wouldn't do that, like knowingly partake in and like fall. I get that. I don't think he would. However, he already has by agreeing to keep it standing up, which pisses me off. You don't do that in a fight if you want to win. If you want to win, you'll fight and win. If you agree to a gentleman's agreement, you're killing the leg you stand on when you say, I'm here to win.
Yeah, no, you you definitely got into my head with that shit, but I don't want to dive too deep because I think that's going to be a big rant for both of us. I assume so. Like dude, I have so much shit to say about it. I don't want to start on there yet. Save that for the end for the juicy shit, baby. First fight of the night: Anthony Pettis versus Carlos Diego Fiera.
Yep.
Pettis is now suing USADA. I don't know if you know this. So for the his fight against Nate Diaz, he's stating that the bottle that he had to piss in, do his drug test in, cut his hand severe enough that he was fighting compromise and couldn't do what he wanted to do with that hand.
Damn, I did not know that.
Yeah. So I want to see cuts.
Yeah.
Where's the pictures? There's got to be some video evidence. I'm not saying that he didn't. I'm sure it was a cut. It might have been pretty bad. But I want to see pictures. Like, you're suing USADA. Come on, man. Like, that's why you lost to Nate Diaz. That's why you lost. It was because of your hand was compromised.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Nate beat him up for 15 minutes. Just beat him up.
Yeah.
Like, it was a pretty big, lopsided decision from what I remember. But I believe he did hurt his foot, didn't he? Like with a kick.
Yeah, in the fight. But
Yeah.
it's now so now he's suing USADA because I don't know if he was trying to get like a settlement for them or from them, like some sort of pay or something, and they were just like, nah, bitch, like we're not paying that. So then he has no other choice but to sue them. Which, whatever.
Oh, dude, but these fighters, man, they're killing themselves, like they're moving so far away from the gladiators that made sport great. Like it's becoming
Right.
absurd.
Well, they're becoming athletes now, right? So it's that pre-drama, that prima donna type shit. There's always there are Antonio Browns in MMA as far as drama. You know what I mean? Come on, John Jones. Like, there is drama where I will say, like, shout out to Wutsky, where he's kind of off the train because they've lost those warriors where you're going into die basically, like you're fighting for your life, where now it's not that the heart's not there, it's just different. It's evolved differently. They're athletes now. You're not training in a style to be the best karate guy, the best jiu-jitsu guy. Like, you're training in that mixed martial arts you're an athlete now.
Yeah, and they're also now they've got publicists and fucking managers and business managers, and they're being told all these things for a fight to say, and if they lose, like they've got pre-canned excuses. Oh, I was sick during this camp. Oh, I had that's all you hear anymore, instead of guys at the end just saying, man, got that ass whooped tonight, but I'll be back. Like, you
Right.
don't, when I hear that now, I'm so surprised when that used to be the norm. Now the norm is, so tell us about your injury during camp. Oh, okay. You know,
Mhm.
it's just different. And they're even doing it now. ESPN is starting to give fighters pre-fight excuses before the fight takes place, the guys they want to push. And we'll get to that when we get to those fights.
Ooh, oh shit.
But I'm taking Ferreira in this fight. I don't know about you.
Damn. Yeah, that's actually I was after his win over. I mean, it was I believe split decision win
Mhm.
over Tassimo or whatever on his last fight. I think he's there. Anthony, I think his last fight was Nate.
Yep.
Right. So it was an ass whooping. Like Nate, that was the return of Nate Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
Nate Diaz didn't put him away, but he beat the piss out of him. So, and I think he fought what Ferguson before that.
Mm-hmm. No, before that he fought Stephen Thompson and
Was
beat
that
him.
the Wonder Boy one?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
broke
So
his nose with a
Ferguson.
Superman punch.
Yeah.
But
So
Pettis has been rotating win loss, win loss, win loss for a while now.
Mhm.
It's been very inconsistent. You see flashes of the old Pettis still, but these last two fights, Stephen Thompson fight, he got fucked up. His nose was shattered. Had the thing, he hurt his hand in that fight. Then he broke the foot in the Nate Diaz fight. He's just getting to that point where, unfortunately, he's up in age as far as number of fights and wars he's had.
right.
And I just don't know if he can keep, every fight he's getting hurt. And I hate that for him. But yeah, I just see Ferreira taking the fight.
He's another one that would be good in the 165-pound division.
Mhm.
Like he's not big enough for 170.
Yep.
Just like height wise, like size wise, he's just not there.
Mhm.
155, the younger kids, man, they come up, they're they're pretty fast. Like that 165 is a good range for those older fighters that have been in the game for a long time.
No shit. I mean, it's a perfect weight division for Cowboy, for Conor, for Nate. I mean, there's tons of guys to fill
Mhm.
165 division. It's not like it'd be like the flyweights and shit where there's no names and shit. There's plenty of names that are foaming at the mouth to fight at 165.
Right? Yeah.
I don't
No,
get
it makes sense. I like Pettis. He's awesome. He fights flashy, not all the time, but you know what I mean. Like he does unorthodox things to try to get that shit in, and when it doesn't work out,
Well, see, here's the thing with Pettis that I see is he's a fighter that has to have distance to create. Like with somebody that's in his face, every guy that's in his face, he struggles with. Nate Diaz, pressure fighter, struggled. When he fought Wonder Boy, who needs distance also to create because guys that use their legs tend to need more distance, he did okay. He could score. Ferreira's going to come in and get in his face.
right.
Going to be there to fight the whole time. Those grinders like that give Pettis usually the harder fights for him. So I just don't see him getting the distance to pull one of his fucking Supermans or, heel kick or fucking jump off the cage kick.
No, I don't think so at all. Unless he gets him on the ground and is able to submit him.
Could do that. He's got great jiu-jitsu.
But yeah, no, I was gonna take Vieira.
Well, that's good. I like we're on the same page with that.
Yeah, but now I'm wondering how the rest of this card's gonna go.
We will see.
Curious.
Let's see where we have no idea. Everybody that listens to know we have no idea what the other's picking here on any of these.
No.
We haven't talked about them.
No. We have Claudia Jigea. I say her fucking last name wrong all the time. Versus Alexa Grasso. Grasso, split decision win on her last fight. Who the fuck did she fight? Aldana?
I don't remember her last fight. I think she lost to Esparza. See that?
Yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah.
It was that she beat Esparza. That's what it was.
No, Gedalia beat Esparza in a controversial where we both thought Esparza won the fight. So Gedalia's got a win over Esparza. Grasso's got a loss.
Yeah. So MMA math.
So
yeah, that's right. I was literally just looking that up on their Wikipedias to look at their record and who their last fight was. In the middle of doing apparently other things. Dumbass.
I'm taking Gedalia though. Just my gut. She's also a little smoke show, and she's a wrestler, and Grosso is a striker, a Mexican champion, loves to strike, but Gedalia has that pocketed take you down and sit on you like she did in the Esparza fight, where they both just stayed on the ground and fought most of the fight on the ground. I just got to give that advantage to Gedalia, but wouldn't surprise me to see Grosso kick her head off or something.
Possibly. Yeah, she did lose to Esparza. That's right. Yeah, but she beat Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
But I
beat her ass.
But freaking Jesus Christ, Claudia, I think will take her down more than Carolina is a striker. It won't battle, and if she couldn't beat her, damn, that's MMA math like a motherfucker right there.
It is.
Well, I will be different.
I'm trying to win this time, so I'm not budging on it. I'm tired of taking losses. 2020 with some wins. Damn, we're tracking this all year long.
Dude, I'm telling you, some of that shit was luck, I guess. Like some of them I took just to be different, and they wound up winning like out of the blue, late strike or something. Nice takedown. None of them were usually by decisions.
Brutal year from Randy with the pick.
But yeah, but now see, I thought you were gonna pick Grasso because I thought you said that in the chat, or maybe we were just talking back and forth. And
yeah, I picked her last time. I like her a lot, but I just think Gedalia is gonna make it a boring ass.
I'm gonna wrestle fuck you, yeah.
Which is fair. That's her wheelhouse. I don't think she's gonna just stand with her and lose.
Oh, but now you threw me all off. Because in the chat you said Grasso, so I was going with Gedalia, but now I kind of want to switch answers just so it's something different. But that win streak, well, I will go Claudia with you.
All right,
but I'm pretty sure we're going to be different on the next one.
All right. Well, you can make your pick first, so you don't have to be agree or disagree with me. We'll give you a chance.
I agree. Oleksiy Olenek versus Maurice Green. Ilo was looking at Maurice. He's pretty new. I think he's had 4 fights, and he was on a bunch of prelims to actually make it to the main event. His last one was a loss. So to have him lose but still make it to a main card, I don't think anybody got hurt, right? Versus Olenek nobody else was scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
But Olenek's gonna fuck him up. I just can't see Green doing it.
Yeah, I mean, when you're fighting the Russian that has 2 Ezekiel chokes, the only 2 Ezekiel chokes in UFC history, he's a boa constrictor.
He's got 70 fights, like
dude, and he'll pull you into his guard and choke you from the bottom. It's incredible. You are never safe with him, dude. I mean, he looks like the KGB. I mean, he looks like fucking Putin's bigger brother.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't look as KGB as that one dude. The one
I know who you're talking about.
He's got the nice scar right about here.
The booty hole in his chest.
Yeah, dude. Fucking that guy has definitely seen some shit. But yeah, Olenek, how could you not?
Yeah. Dude, I mean,
I don't remember seeing Green fight, but having I think he fought for the LFA championship, lost, was on a 3-fight win streak before losing to some Sergey somebody. He was on prelim. There wasn't anything special. So to fucking have him not, I don't know. Olenek is just a beast. And 70 fights, dude. That is so many. And he's 157. It's not like he's 1-69.
No, but he's 42.
Dude. Yeah. Yeah.
42. But I mean, I'm taking Olenek too. So we're 3 for 3 right now. We're the same.
Holly Holm, Raquel Pennington. I got Holm. As much as I'd like to see Raquel get over the hump, I don't think she can defeat champions. And she's already lost to Holm once. she's improved, but it's not like it's not a next level type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think Holmes gonna make probably not quick work, but she's definitely gonna win. I think she'll just outstrike her kicks.
See, I mean, we're on the same wavelength tonight. I think we're going to agree on everything. But here's what I think when it comes to Raquel Pennington. Love Raquel Pennington, huge Rocky fan. Like you said, she's a gatekeeper. If you beat her, then you can start talking about belts. So I hate to call fighters gatekeepers because I know they hate that word. But in my opinion, it's not a bad word. Those people have careers longer than anyone else because you can't get rid of them because they're the ones that can tell you if your prospect is now a possible champion. So you got to have them folks around. She's tough as nails, durable. I think Holly Holmes too much. And I think that Amanda Nunez took Raquel's soul when she made her want to quit on the stool. When Rocky asked her coach to let her quit, which her coach didn't let her. But when she wanted to quit, totally justified. She was getting that ass destroyed. It was nasty.
All types of ways.
I don't know how you come back after that when, that takes a little piece of your fire, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, or maybe it fuels her up to try to get back at it. I mean, Holm, she's beat some legends, but she doesn't look the same. They've kind of figured out her game. You got to get in close to her. You can't let her stand back and kick the shit out of you.
Mm-hmm.
So
she's another tough. Holly Holm, you beat her, you're right in the talk. You're right in the championship talk. She's big for the weight class. She got great kickboxing. She doesn't have really in her hands knockout power, but if she catches you with that left head kick, it's nighty-night. I mean, ask Ronda Rousey. You go night-night if she sets you up with that left high kick.
Yes.
And Holly's been out for a long time. She's been injured. She had a couple fights she had to pull out of that fell through. She's no spring chicken either. She had a long kickboxing career. Wouldn't surprise me for Rocky to pull it off. But
yeah,
I don't see it. I think Holly Holm takes it. Probably a decision, like you said.
Yeah. And now to the motherfucking main event. The fuckery that you guys implanted in my head. I'm going for Cowboy even more now. like, dude, the Vegas odds of a -305 for Conor. All right, that's ridiculous. Like, how could it be that much unfavored?
Dude, they want people to bet. They're putting the house on Conor. You can see it with ESPN. It drives me mad.
Everything.
First off, it's not fair, right? For a fighter with this high of a name as Conor McGregor to have rape allegations out there. Again, innocent until proven guilty, but they're out there. And ESPN is yet to say a word about it. Not even a word about it. If it was different fighters, that'd be all over ESPN. Mm-hmm. They're not saying nothing about it. They know that he's too big of a cash cow. Dana's not saying nothing about it. Dana's giving him the built-in excuse about he's undersized for the weight class. Bitch, you set him up in this weight class. I can't take that anymore. They're making the fans. That makes me think you think the fans are stupid when you're presetting their head.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've seen the photos, his new photos that he's been taking. He is jacked. He's fucking huge. Put on some weight. But at the same time, like, dude, I'm just so off of the train with all the bullshit outside of the ring, and then coming back, and he's already in talks with trying to get a rematch with fucking Mayweather and shit. It's like, come on, man, stay in your fucking lane, bro. Get a win.
Get a win.
Get a win.
Get a win. Yes.
And it's like it sucks to say this shit against Cowboy because I like Cowboy a lot. Like, he's a fighter. Like, he's just, I'm coming to fight. But that right there, where he might, I'm not fighting to win. I'm going to fight to stand up. And he is the easier fight because he knows that, if Cowboy want to take him down and gets him down, he'll submit him and end it right there.
Yep.
But it's like, I'm going to fucking take him because he thinks that he can outstrike him. Especially, body shots, dude. If you get Cowboy in the body, dude, he's vulnerable really bad.
Yeah, he's missing part of his intestines from an
So
ATV wreck when he was younger.
yeah.
Yeah, his
So
body is wide open. Absolutely.
mhm. So with that, you're pressuring him because the media is there, like, oh, stay in the bag. What do you say? The first one that shoots is a cow bitch. Fuck off, dude. The first one that shoots and
It's
gets it
smart.
wins, motherfucker. Like,
That's what I say, dude. I think it's horse shit, and I hate that Cowboy has fallen for it. Um, now, a lot of fighters have said this before, like, "Oh, I'm going to stand." Then they catch one punch and they take them down. They have diverted from these like gentlemen's agreements in the past because you kind of roll back to your base. If your clock gets cleaned, you do what comes now, and if that tells you to pull guard, you kind of are programmed to do that. But yeah, if Cowboy just sits there in a kickboxing fight with a younger fighter who's got a dangerous, dangerous left hand. Like you can't take that away from Conor McGregor. He's got a gift with that left hand. If he catches you with that straight left, dude, it can drop anybody.
yeah, no, I mean, it dropped Nate a couple times. So if he can withstand it and get back in, but I still don't get the not wanting to improve your ground game, motherfucker. Like, stop prepping to go fight Floyd Mayweather again. Like, yeah, I bought it the first time. I ain't buying that shit again.
No,
Fuck
I will
that.
never buy it again. But when did it become unsexy or uncool to win a fight by submission? I always thought those were just as good as KOs. Like as long as you got
Oh yeah,
a finish is a finish. If you strangle another man, to me, that's as huge as knocking them out. You strangled the life out of them for a minute and you
mhm.
let them live because you let go, but you strangled the life out of their body for a second. That's huge to me. And when that became unsexy to some fucking casuals and shit, I don't know, but that's the wrong fucking sport. To me, you strangle a man, you took his soul. You said, look, I'm going to make you go night night, bitch. The old school.
Yeah, I agree. And you can either tap like he did against Nate, or fucking go to sleep like Misha Tate did, or Holly Holm did against Misha Tate.
Like a champ, punching. Holly Holm was still punching, going to sleep. But here's the thing for me, Cowboy, he's an even more dangerous submission fighter because he's not a ground and pound guy. So if he gets you on the
Right.
ground, it's going to be a submission or you're up. He's not going to
Mhm.
do Khabib and lay and just beat you to death in the hamburger meat. That's not his way. He's going to get your back, strangle you, triangle you, or armbar you, and move on with his night. And he should be able to do that. And that should be praised. And the analysts and nobody should say that was a bitch way out or some shit. What the fuck is happening?
Right. And it sucks to say that Cowboy is the easier fighter, but when you have like, you could have fought Justin Gaethje,
He didn't
you
want that.
probably, of course you don't, because
For his first fight back. You don't
no,
want
but
that.
I mean, but that's the thing right there too, is like that first fight back. Oh, I went off and did something else and then took time off. Or it wasn't like he was suspended because of something. It was, I fucking did something else and just fucking took time. Like, for what? The fuck is that? Also, I want to see if he ever gets back to a belt and gets the belt, make him defend that fucking belt.
You
He
got to.
has never defended a belt.
Ever.
Even since Cage, like, what is it, Cage Warriors that he was in before?
Great
Even
point.
since that, dude, never has fought. And that's what makes a champion. Not just getting the strap, defending it, in my opinion. And I'm not saying everybody can get there, because you can't. Some people just can't cross that last hump. But it's not about getting it, it's about holding it.
I
That's
agree.
what makes GSP, Silva, Jones, Aldo, all of them. That's what makes them great, is fucking defending that shit.
That's the only thing that keeps John Jones on my GOAT list, is the fact that every fight he's had since he won the belt has been a main event, belt defense, or getting his belt back. Every fucking fight. The pressure on every single fight. He never had one of these fights like Cowboy, like fucking Conor is getting, that's supposedly an easy fight. Or, dude, people have been trying to take his head off for years and failed. So that's what I can't take away from him. And I don't think Cowboy's an easy fight. If he fights with all of his tools,
Right.
Tools, I'm calling fuckery, man. I just smell it. I taste it.
Yeah. I I would love to see Cowboy knock him out, fucking head kick, pull off some shit like he did against
Matt
Rick
Brown
Story.
and
Well,
Matt
that
Brown
too.
when he kicked Matt Brown's head off.
Yeah, he fucking destroyed Brown.
Hmm? I
I,
could see
I,
that happening for sure. A head kick could happen from Cowboy.
but I'm just glad it's not New York.
No, that's a great point, and I
Ugh.
think it's a horrible point for that Khabib and Tony is in New York. It's gonna
Yeah,
be weird. Possibly a fight where there's definitely going to be blood, and you got old stop a fight doctor. It's going to be great.
I'm taking Tony for that fight.
Yeah, I actually I'm leaning that way. I'm not doing it yet, but I'm leaning that way. I'm I want some of these grimy guys back that are going to defend their belt and fight a lot, which is Tony. He'll fight anytime, anybody, and that's just the way it is. You know, Conor McGregor, sad as it is, I love he's a superstar. He's brought eyes to the sport. Me as a purist, I'm almost like, dude, if you're gonna fuck up shit and make it so all these bullshit intricacies with your fights have built-in excuses, because now if he fights at one and loses, everybody's gonna say, dude, he's too small. Who cares? Then he's right back in another title picture at 155.
Right?
He can't lose. Dana White's his little fucking minion, and he knows it. I'd be happier if Dana would say, look, Conor is my daddy. Okay? My daddy.
If Connor does win, what's next? You give him Gaethje, or you just line him up. That's it. Winner of Tony and Khabib. That's what it is.
I think that's what Dana's going to do, which makes me sick because Gaethje's getting fucked over here, and
Yeah.
nobody wants the smoke. Because with him, you're either going to knock him out, or he's going to put you on a 6-month medical suspension. Like you're not getting out of a Gaethje fight unscathed, you know. And it's going to be a real fight with a real motherfucker that wants to throw down in any way possible. And so I think they would avoid him. I totally see Dana giving it straight to Conor and it pissing off a lot of legitimate MMA fans because that's obtuse.
Yeah. I hope it doesn't go by the way. I'm all happy for like the bad motherfucker belt. I think that could be a yearly belt. Bring in a weight class. Like I'm not I don't hate on gimmicks when you're trying to pull shit if you do it correctly. But where this guy, I don't know, like it's just getting to be ridiculous and still having the shit with the outside the ring stuff too. And you're not winning. Win a fucking fight.
I actually though really do think like I'm saying that with my heart, but in my
Fuckery.
head, if I'm predicting it, what I really do think will happen though, I think that the ESPN will get to Dana and tell them that he can't get that title shot immediately, and I think they give Conor and Jorge the green light. If Conor wins, they give him that green light. They give Jorge another payday. I think Jorge destroys him and knocks him out pretty quickly, and then Conor goes back down to 155 because Uncle Dana, that's where he should be, and we start this whole shit over again. So that's what I see happening because Khabib will maul him again. It wasn't even close. People are looking back trying to make excuses like that fight was close. Bullshit. Khabib raped him until he made him quit.
Yeah, I agree. Those punches when he was like, I think it was like in the third round where he's standing up and just dropping bombs on his face. I mean, granted, he didn't look. McGregor did not look as beat up
True.
as you would think with all those punches landed he would have.
Mm-hmm.
There's no real cuts or anything. He wasn't like bleeding profusely or anything.
Which makes it funnier that he quit or tapped
Mm.
with a quick.
Because there's no ground game.
Dude, Conor doesn't just tap.
Work on your ground game.
Like before he goes to sleep. He taps as soon as the fucking arm is around his neck and the real pressure's applied. He taps so fucking fast, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, there's no even there's no like let me try to fight this. I will say as much as like Ronda, as she's a star that rose fast and crashed even faster. When she was fighting, I think it was like Tate for the second time, well,
Mhm.
the third time or whatever, and she was getting choked out, or you know what I mean. She's up top, cranking the neck. Tate's on her back, and she was able to patiently sit there and wait, unpeel the toes, and got her off. Like, not just go, oh no, fuck no, bro. Like, you got me. There was none of that. Like, you got to at least try.
Oh no, definitely work on your ground game. I mean, you're rich enough to bring in the world's best fucking people. I mean, I don't see how he hasn't thrown, you know, a shit ton of money at Eddie Bravo, brought in somebody unorthodox like Eddie that could show him rubber guard and some crazy shit where maybe he could catch somebody when they're on top of him beating him up because he has no wrestling and could submit him with something slick from the back, which is what Eddie Bravo is great about, which is why Tony's so good because Tony is attacking. If you're in his guard, you are not safe. That is a bad place to be with Tony Ferguson. He's going to cut you with elbows from the bottom. He's going to be trying for triangles everywhere, going for arms, any limb, a neck from the bottom.
Well, he's got the great Dylan Dennis, right? The one that can't come into his corner for this fight until he pays the fine. Dylan Dennis, that's so great. Fuck off. They're almost like his camp, and it sucks to see for Kavanaugh because I like Kavanaugh. It's not even that I don't like Conor as like a fighter. Like, I'm just tired of bullshit. But even that camp where it's Artem Lobov, same thing. It's like you're talking all this shit and then not producing, but then still continuing to talk shit.
Yeah.
It's
No, I totally
what do you
know.
do with that?
I think what kills me, right, is John or Coach Kavanaugh puts out a statement to all the media outlets because they love their Conor McGregor. And he says, Conor looks better than ever. And everybody eats the shit up. What the fuck do you think a coach is going to say? Do you think a coach is going to come in and say, you know what? He looks worse. He looks a little worse than last fight, but still good enough to maybe win. No coach. But people think that shit's real. It blows my mind. Like that people are running with it like, oh shit, Kavanaugh says he looks better than ever. And then Dana comes out today, says the most obscure statement I've ever heard. The fucking president says, the UFC doctors say that Conor McGregor's in the best shape of his life. First off, who gives a fuck? Second, no, they didn't. And that's not their job. And this is stupid. You're planting seeds. Who the fuck cares? No doctor is going to be like, holy God, he's going to win because he has one more ab than he used to. I mean, how the fuck do they know?
Yeah. Unless they have like a, if you're doing testing there, maybe he's seen some improvement or something in whatever testing. You're training hard for your fight like you should. The fuck do you mean?
Yeah, but I mean, then second of all, though, I mean, there's like HIPAA laws and shit with releasing that kind of shit. Like, it's so much fuckery with that statement. It drove me mad. It was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back for me today because I'm looking at everything Dana does when it comes to Conor McGregor. And I hate that it's come to this, but I look for where the fuckery is with everything Dana says with him. How's he protecting him? How is he setting him up to still be viable to make them money, even if he loses? And that's what all these things are. So he can still make money if he loses. And he still could. That Nate trilogy, people want to talk shit. They could both lose 5 fights in a row. That trilogy is there, and they could be 45 years old, and I'm buying it.
Yeah, see that one I would return for. But it'd probably just be to see Nate actually smash the shit out of him, or even to see the war that number 2 was. Like, I thought, minus the running, he ran a lot in that, which saved his life. But nobody else would be or should be allowed. You shouldn't be allowed to fucking run like that. I get like trying to move away, but when you're actively like running, turning your back and running, you're fucking running. Like,
yeah, but that was the first fight where I saw Conor like actually really make adjustments and try to win. Like, there was some strategery there with that running, even though I hated it. Excuse me. There was some, he's trying to preserve his gas tank, not going
right. No,
for Nate's bullshit on the ground.
Yeah, no, you could tell he definitely, from the first fight to that fight, you could see that he made improvements to his game. The leg kicks that implied that he saw Michael Johnson do, you know what I mean? Like, or yeah, I think it was Michael Johnson do, like, or no,
Dos
Benton,
Anjos.
yeah, you know what I
Dos
mean?
Anjos pitches.
Just smashing him with the legs. So it's he put him down 3 times. Like, it's not that he didn't lose the fight.
Dude,
I can
and
see
what he
how he.
did with Eddie Alvarez. That was the most impressive fight he's ever had to me. He just walked in there
But
and beat Eddie Alvarez's ass.
yeah,
And
but Alvarez is another one that chose to bang versus stick to your roots and grapple.
it's the truth, baby. I don't know what it happens with these guys, but they get convinced that it's not sexy to wrestle and to submit. I don't know if I think it's a Dana thing, man. Somebody's telling them up there in the brass, or maybe move the needle on TV. But when I became a fan of this sport, you know why I became a fan? Because Hoist was choking out dudes twice his size and choking them to sleep. And the smaller guy could win and make a big ass guy look like a buffoon. Like, that's what brought me into it. And so it's still a big part for me. And I know it kills Joe Rogan. He has to toe the company line to an extent, but I can feel it starting to kill him too, that submissions are becoming not as respected anymore.
Right.
It kills me.
See, I don't mind, like, if you're active, if you get them down and you're actively pursuing and trying to advance your position to get a submission. I understand where there's frustrations where you just lay on them.
Sure.
And like, you're moving your little rabbit punches just to keep scoring points, but you're not really doing anything. I get that. Fuck that. Move them. But if they're pursuing shit, I'm all for that shit. Choke them, calf slicer, arm bars, whatever you got to do.
Twisters.
There's a lot of different ways you can hurt people. Yeah.
Dude, Bryce Mitchell bringing the twister out that he learned from an Eddie Bravo YouTube video is fucking incredible. And using that, like you said, calf slicers and shit, heel hooks. To me, that's exciting when you see a guy that's winning a fight on the feet, right? He's beating somebody's ass. And then he has to quit 10 seconds later because the other guy is more well-versed in submissions. To me, that's super exciting. When a guy's losing but can take a submission and win, that gets me as excited as a fucking head kick does. So they can flip the script. It's the perfect equalizer. I'm with you. I don't like stalling. And there used to be a huge stalling issue, but the refs now, they stand them up so easily that's
right.
what's been eliminated. So like you said, as long as you're moving, you're trying to advance a position, get to a better position. If nobody's trying to advance, I'm cool with standing them up.
Right.
But the chess game to get from someone's guard to mount is a series of moves. You know that. I mean, it's not just like it's going to happen in 1 second. Guys have learned how to play in their guard and hold people there. So to pass those legs, get to the side, then mount, like it's not easy. People think that have never done it, that's some sort of, you should just magically get and mount them. That takes time, dude. It's fucking hard. Get somebody to lock their legs around your back that has some strength and try to get out of them. If you've never done jiu-jitsu, just try. It's not as easy as you fucking think.
No, and I'm sure it's hard if you're on the ground holding them in their guard when they're trying to move all over the place. It's hard not to just sit and hold them and hope. But they don't even see a lot of people doing that. I don't see a lot of people trying, at least anymore, trying to hold them there so that the ref stands up. Like, some of them are just like,
you see that when a guy's hurt and he's trying to recover for a minute, and he'll grab, pull them in the guard and hold their head down. That way they can't, rain punches that are going to really hurt. And I'm, that shit happens. If you got to clear the cobwebs for 10 seconds, I'm fine with that. But yeah, if you're just, locking the arms and holding them in your guard, I'm for standing them up. And I like the ground game. I like the chess match of it.
Oh yeah.
And if you can't stop it, that's your problem. That's why I hate when guys don't use it. And that goes back to my Diaz brothers. They don't use theirs till fucking go time at the opening. But it's because they never learned wrestling. They know to can't get you to your back intentionally. So they have to almost get dropped and you jump in hard, then you're fucked.
Yeah.
Neither one of the Diaz brothers have very good takedowns percentages in their career.
With that being said, who are you picking for Connor and Cowboy?
You know, this is gonna be a first time for Uncle Randy, and I might get burned. But I feel so strongly about the fuckery that I have to take Conor McGregor by fuckery. I hate it.
Damn. Shit. Yeah, I'm dude, minus 305 the last time I looked on DraftKings. I'm definitely going to be making that bet and taking Connor for that, because if he does win and there is fuckery, how do you say no when it's that big of a line?
That is
So
bait. That is bait. How do people not see that shit?
yeah, so but dude, honestly, I hope Cowboy fucking puts it away. It just all the shit. No, I was tainted before because of all the fame, but now I have it dialed in and I'm back to square one. Yeah, didn't you say that last time when there was shenanigans and bullshit? But then again, just win. I guess that's all you got to make. All you do, win a fight, and I'll love you again.
Yeah, and I'm not that easily duped. Like, you can't tell me, oh, I'm back committed, but I don't want to cut weight. That tells me right there it's too hard. You're not as committed. You haven't, you've been away. It's going to take longer than you think to get your body back down, because he's not as small as people try to say he is. That motherfucker would kill himself to make 145 and 155. He looks terrible in those weight classes, like skeleton when he's on the fucking scale. So just be honest and say this is a good, fair fight. They're going to both be. Cowboy's not going to be 190. He's going to show up. He's going to be 170, probably 170.5 maybe. Well, no, it's the main event, so I think. Well, no, it's not for a belt. They will get the 1 pound overage.
Yeah.
But he'll show up probably 170. Connor may show up 168, just so Dana can use that fucking excuse. He's too small. 2 pounds. There might be a 2 pound difference at the weigh-in. He's still too fucking small, isn't he? That's just too much. That said, Conor McGregor wins by some bullshit left hand. Cowboy refused to go to his fucking back and submit him.
Yeah.
If Cowboy submits McGregor, I'll think of this before the next time we come on. I'll do something stupid. I'm that sure that there's fuckery involved. I'm glad if I lose this one. If I pick wrong, I'm happy because I want Cowboy to beat him.
What's the wife say about you going against Cowboy?
She won't do it. She's Cowboy.
Cowboyed up.
Are you gonna watch the Natty here in a second when we get off here? Because that's what I'm gonna be going to do. Watch the fucking rest of the game. Clemson.
Nope. I'm gonna go say goodnight to people. I'm gonna go probably play some GTA 5 and get some practice in, because I'm gonna be back at it again Thursday night, trying out some new shit.
Yeah, are you guys on Xbox?
Mm-hmm.
Is it what do you have? You have Xbox Ones or 360s?
Ones.
Oh shit, I've got an old 360 my son uses. I was gonna see if I could join.
Get a one, man. It's fun, dude.
I've got a PS4, but I don't have a.
Oh, so you're Adam and Bobby have PS.
Oh shit. Yeah, but I've seen you guys doing your fucking shit with the video games. This fucking pretty cool ass idea.
Did you watch any of it?
Yeah, I watched some of it and heard you guys fucking around. It's hilarious to like if you go in and listen, it's fucking funny as hell.
I've been putting out clips on Twitter, just little trying to cut it up of the funny shit. There was some funny shit said. I will say that it was a good interaction.
I have to ask you this because it's important for me. We haven't talked since the round table that you were just on. How did you feel? Well, first, let me tell you on my scorecard, which didn't count, but I do keep a scorecard. I had you and Dutch tied, and then her grenade won her the fucking. That's how close it was to me. You guys were fucking identical. How did you feel you did?
I was gassing myself up for it, but then I don't know. I definitely choked on some of the questions as far as like listing shit out where it was like, oh fuck, I'm trying to actually list it out where I could have been more entertaining on how I answered it. Like that Star Wars question, that shit threw me for a loop. I was just like, fuck, I've never actually thought of them like from worst to first. Usually it's just like, I like these ones all right. Fuck all this bullshit. And then, but I'm like, shit, let's see if you want an actual list. uh I was not as high as I was before, so it's probably not as funny. Even though some of the questions, I don't know if I just missed some of it because I will say one thing where I fucked up was watching the chat
Oh,
because seeing like what them talking and then not listening to the question, I was like, oh shit, fuck that. So I will say don't watch the chat if you're still in it. That definitely caught my eye a lot.
well, and I'm getting my commitments now for season 2. I've got Bobby Moore is going to
Oh shit.
is Joe B going to commit to coming back on season 2 at some point?
Oh, fucking right.
Would be a little new format.
Of course.
Beautiful, because that's going to be interesting as well. Well, can you say who you're going to take? Because you have 2 network mates in the semifinal tomorrow night with Duchess and Adam Simmons.
Ooh, against John and
Heather.
Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. I mean, Heather's got a good shot. She's a savage, but Adam is a wordsmith sometimes. Like he can just talk and actually, like his thoughts are very well formatted, and he can talk. He can talk pretty well. Dutchie's very funny and entertaining. Heather's gonna talk about dicks a lot, and John's gonna shame her like the father that he is. So it is tough. I know on the round table I went with Heather because it had to be different. But
yeah, I just don't know now because Heather was on with all women. It was the whole women episode, and throwing Adam, and he just told me on the phone. I'm gonna give everybody a spoiler. When I was talking to him before we started, said he's coming for blood. Doesn't care who the fuck is in it. He's coming to be vicious. And so if he's a man of his word, which I believe he is, if somebody tries to get sticky, and like if John tries to make it really gay, or Heather tries to go all dicks, or, Dutch tries to do just this, if he's really coming out for blood because he is such a wordsmith, that's scary. He could dice somebody up.
Yeah.
Dutch, if she's comfortable, which I thought she was by far the most comfortable last episode, she was dialed in. I thought she did excellent. She's dangerous, man. And John, you get him on a rant, you're fucked. There's nothing funnier than an old fat man on a rant, in my opinion.
I think
Heather ain't scared of shit.
Yeah, no, Heather ain't scared of nothing. I think Dutchie, she's almost like a drunken master where it's all instinct. Like she doesn't know that it's happening, but it just happens. Kind of like Wutzky. It's not like he preps for it, but it just kind of comes out. Where Adam's like, he's probably going over soliloquies and monologues right now of just different shit just to get the words flowing. I'm sure their training practices are probably very different.
Yeah, I told Chris that. It's interesting you say that. I told Chris that I saw a lot of Chris and Dutchie this last, like she's learned a lot because she's come a long way. I mean, it's a long way. She's gotten really good at podcasting, pretty damn quick. And I think that's a testament to Chris because he, in my opinion, he's one of the best hosts out there all around. Chris is just good,
Yeah.
You departmentalize, he's good everywhere. If he was a fighter, he's the most dangerous kind because he's good everywhere. And Dutchie's absorbed a lot of that. I could see that too.
I agree. It'll be a good show.
Well, shit, brother, we got our picks. It's on paper.
Hell yes,
man. So, to be clear, who are you taking in Conor or Cowboy?
I'm taking Cowboy.
Oh, that's our only different pick then. That's where the money is going to be made here. We will see.
It'll be interesting to see at the end of the year how we do.
Yep. And I will check back in with you. I'm sure during the fight we'll be talking and shit. And if everything works out, I'm going to watch it with some friends too. But if I'm back at the end and you are, I'm happy we can jump on drunk and talk about what happened.
Hell yeah. It's supposed to snow like 5 to 8 inches here. Oh, coming to say goodnight as we're wrapping up.
Yep.
They're all nervous.
Sweet.
Looks like
Oh,
say
there
hi.
she is.
That's my
Hello.
Uncle That's Uncle Randy. You can say hi. He says hi.
Dude, you are man. I don't know how you have do the little girls. I would be a mush of
Dude,
horrified father.
you have no idea.
I know,
I smoke pot. That's how I stay.
and it makes sense. I would have to do something.
It can be pretty easy to let it get to you with all the shit, and especially now where she's on YouTube, she watches different things, so there is some imitation there.
Yeah,
and it's just like, all right, but just make sure you have the guided path. I'm not going to go all TI about it. Like, I don't, that's not even my job. That's mom's job. She can let me know if there's a problem. You can come tell me if some dude fucks you up, and I'm going to fuck him up. But I am not TI.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If this is your first time, last time, make sure you come back again. We will be back probably right after the fights. If not, depending on what goes on this weekend, I'll let you know. Maybe we can go Monday.
Sure. Let me know. I'm easy. This is flexible for me. Whatever time is best and easiest for you.
It worked out pretty good. But you can find me on Twitter mainly and on Instagram at AnyPod Will Do. Uncle Randy, you are all over the place.
I'm all over the place. We got fucking podcast of the round table, married as fuck. We are married as fuck on Twitter. That's where you can find me and my lovely wife Brooke, and get our show anywhere you can find podcasting. You see us back there on the poster. Married podcast. Podcast roundtable tomorrow night. If you can come out, hang out, that'll be fun. Find out who's going to go to the finals, and that's it for me, brother.
Fuck yeah. And if you're not busy Thursday, we will be back at it again. GTA 5 cruising submissions. This one will hopefully be a little bit more not all over the place. We might get some actual shit done. It's funny stuff watching people try to work technology.
Dude, yeah, I'll be there Thursday night for the whole thing. I'm gonna hang out and watch while I'm laying in bed with you fuckers.
Fuck yeah.
All right, y'all be good, and I'll holler at you later.
I'll see you.
All right, dog.
Bye.